Thanks to the support as a channel member, Dara. Boys and girls, the sequin shirt is on. That can only mean one thing. There's silverware to win today. Hello and welcome to part 16 of El Director Deportivo. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have the final of the League's Cup. And of course, we're playing Monterrey because Monterrey just seem to be developing as our biggest rivals, both domestically and apparently in this tournament that includes MLS teams as well. Last time's final was in Las Vegas. Where is this final? It's being played in Las Vegas. So Chivas and Monterrey heading to Vegas to play a game of football. Why not? I mean, my shirt's going to fit right in Vegas, isn't it? I'm quite happy. Where's my cigar? I need my big cigar that I usually use on Twitch. It's a pretend cigar. YouTube, if you're watching, I'm not endorsing smoking. This is a toy. This is the team. In fact, I haven't showed you how we've been getting on. Lots of wins. As you can see, it's us and Monterrey again in the league. That's all you really need to know about that. This is the team for the League's Cup final, though. I cannot get around calling it the League's Cup rather than the League Cup. And I know there's two leagues in it, so it does make sense. It's not like when Americans call a final finals. And that really, when there's only one final and they call it the finals, you get it in wrestling all the time. It breaks my mind. So I imagine this is being referred to as the League's Cup finals, even though it's a one-off game. I don't think my brain can cope with something called the League's Cup finals. Luckily, it is showing as final in-game, though. So we'll just call it the final. It'll be fine. We've got Godinho in goal, a back four of Ponce, Briseño, Montes and Brizuela. Molina at the base of the midfield. Villalpando and Gonzalez ahead of him. Alvarado, Vega and Lainez are our front three. This is about as strong a team as we can put out there. We're in very good form, as you've just seen from the schedule. And I think it's a good opportunity to send a little bit of a message to Monterrey, who are, they're a pain in the backside. If it wasn't for them, we'd be winning everything comfortably. I fully expect you to keep our run going and win this match. Be very interesting to see how many people have turned up in Vegas to see two Mexican teams play, although the comments section have educated me that one of the reasons this tournament exists is because the Liga MX is the most watched football league in the US. It's watched more than the MLS and most US football fans. Can't say American football because that's that weird thing that they call football, isn't it? Most of them, I don't know if most is the right word or if it's just one person's opinion, but most US football fans will have a Mexican team that they support. So I imagine there'll be quite a few people who've turned up for the big final here in Vegas. It's probably quite warm as well. I hear Vegas is quite warm and we're 1-0 down. And that's not ideal because, like I say, Monterrey, big problem for us. And it's a problem that needs dealing with. And this feels like an opportunity to do that. Lainez has picked the ball up here quite deep. And this could be our chance to teach them a lesson. Brizuela now getting very far forward from right back, finds Molina. Gonzalez now out to Ponce, who's got a little bit of space to pick out across. He hasn't really picked it out, has he? He's just lumped it. And Lainez has done well with the lump, though. And Vega, I thought that crossed the line. Do we have goal line tech here in the League's Cup? Apparently we don't. That was over the line. I'm certain of it. Briseño going to follow up with a long throw into the area. Lainez there with a flick on and the follow-up from Lainez again. And there is his fourth goal of the season. And more importantly, our equaliser to make it Monterrey 1, Chivas 1. And it's been coming. The last 3 or 4 minutes, we've been all over him. And we do deserve the goal there. And it's nice to see Lainez starting to wake up for this season. He had a very quiet start for us last year. And he's done exactly the same this season. He's not looked the same player. We have been playing him on the right rather than the left this year as an inside forward to get the guy whose name begins with A. I can't remember his full name. The one who's not Antuna, Alvarado, is that his name? I think it is. They're all on loan apart from Antuna. I'm just not playing the one who's our player. Villalpando plays it to Brizuela on the overlap, who dances past his player. Vega's in again. Lainez plays it back to Villalpando. The ball is bouncing around this penalty area like nobody's business. Brizuela with the cross. Alvarado is there. That's how you learn his name. It's a 5th goal of the season for him. What a lovely hairstyle he has as well. I remember back in the 90s, every 12-year-old boy had that haircut back in the mid-90s. So maybe he's come here in a time machine. If you're watching, Roberto Alvarado, That's a good haircut. It's not a million miles away from mine. Mine's just the slightly more grown-up version of it. And I guess I am about 20 years older than him. So I'm supposed to be a bit more grown up, I suppose. It's 2-1 to us as we approach half-time, though. And this is a good thing. Hopefully we can hold on and pick ourselves up yet another piece of silverware as I continue in my quest to be declared the greatest manager in Mexican football history. We've all seen, presumably by now, the disappointment in the Greek Odyssey where I hoped to get the Greek national job and didn't, probably because I'm not Greek. It would be lovely to get the Mexican national job as such a keen developer of Mexican young talent, but I suspect the same thing is going to cost me in this save. So I'll know for future saves when I head off and do my international travels. If I have any plans to manage that national team, I should probably give myself that nationality as a second nationality as well, which is a bit of a cop-out early on because you'll know the language and it'll be a little bit easier to begin with. But I think long-term, it's probably worth doing. Although I still suspect that's not why I didn't get the national team job with Apollon, because I've been offered all sorts of international jobs in saves before as an English manager. Certainly if you're successful in the Premier League, the whole of Europe, Brazil, Argentina, they all want you. So I find it hard to believe that was the reason I couldn't get the Greek job, because I wasn't Greek. I don't know why I'm talking about it in this save. It shows that this match has calmed down a little bit since we went ahead. We've only had a third of the possession in this game, but we've certainly been a lot more efficient with it than Monterrey were. And Vega's in here. And if he can add a third, then it starts to look very impressive for us, I think. I thought that had hit the crossbar, but apparently that's a save from the goalkeeper because it's gone out for a corner. It's going to be Alvarado looking for the in-swinger, and it's nowhere near a Chivas player. And now Monterrey with the chance for a counter-attack. It's 2-on-2 here, and they've confused our defence. But luckily, the shot is so tame that, I mean, we may as well have not had any defenders back. There was no threat there, was there? Right. Substitution time. Vega's going to come off. Young Luis Puente is going to come on, who has scored a couple of goals recently, I think both in the same game. And another youngster, Macias, coming on for us as well. I'm loath to drop too much praise when it's 2-1. If we had a third, 2-goal win, a 2-goal lead, and we'll drop praise. But I feel like it makes us a little bit too complacent if I do it with just a 1-goal lead. We're going to take Brezeño off. We're resting him. That's certainly how it will be presented to the media. Although Maya can't really do any of the roles that I would want him to do in this setup. Come on, boys, just hang on now. Let's drag ourselves over the line and justify the sequin shirt. So far, the sequin shirt has a 100% winning record, apart from that one time I wore it when I thought I could win the league, but didn't. But we did end up finishing first in the division, and there we have it. Another trophy to add to the collection. That's 3 proper trophies in just over a year here at Chivas. How I'm not being offered the Manchester United job off the back of this, I don't know. Only 100 grand for winning it. Pathetic. But we have won the League's Cup. I know the board didn't care about this, but we're the first Mexican team to ever win it. We've got to take a little bit of pride in that. And also, I think it stands us in good stead for the Champions League when that starts in February. The fact that we've gone and beaten 3 MLS teams en route here, beaten a Mexican team in the final. What more can the Champions League throw at us? We've got to be feeling confident going into that. Couple of changes then for the Juarez game, back in the league, just messing around with fullbacks, really. That could be the title of my autobiography. Maya's going to come in and play right back. Brizuela's going to push up and have a rare game on the right-hand side of midfield, with Lainez moving over to the left to give him a try over there again. And Calderon comes back in at left back. Let's get into the game. This is going to be the last regular season Apertura game I show you, because we're pretty much already qualified. We might even qualify today. I haven't actually checked the maths, mainly because my record for maths on the channel recently hasn't been very good. Believe it or not, I have a maths A level. I'm quite good at maths. I would remind everybody, you lot who say Kev can't do maths, you're the same people who think geography is just flags. Maths isn't mental arithmetic. I've always been bad at that. I never even learnt my times tables. I'm good at maths though. I can do equations and stuff and all that, and statistical analysis and all that kind of stuff. Physics A level did that as well. I'm all about the calculus and the formulas and all that kind of thing. Just can't do mental arithmetic. Never have been able to. Don't know why. Bit of a mental block. Luckily, you don't need it to be able to do GCSE or A-level maths because you can use a calculator for both of them. And I always did, even for simple calculations. And let's face it, it makes for fun in the videos because it adds tension to videos where I don't even know there shouldn't be tension because I'm getting my maths wrong. Now, there are 19 teams in. I'm going to try some anyway. There's 19 teams in this league now, which means we play 18 games this season rather than the 17 of last season. There's 5 games remaining after this one, and we're currently 12 points clear. So if we win and these teams down here lose, then that would be mathematical qualification, I think, wouldn't it? If we're more than 15 points clear with 5 games to go. I'm not a mathematician, as you know, but that should be enough. So a win here could well qualify us for the next round. And there is Linez. Move back over to the left. He just shows off for you lot. Whenever the camera's on, Diego Linez turns up. He's awful when you're not watching. And that's why he's only on 5 goals for the season so far, despite the fact he always seems to play well and score when you're here. I think he likes you lot. He doesn't like me. And I find that I might just drop him. It's time to get Antuna into the team properly because this boy doesn't like me clearly. Right, at 1-0. So that makes it, see, there's other goals going in. That makes it a 14-point gap, which isn't enough. Plus there's a team there on 12 games played. We're probably not qualifying today, but look at the league table. You know it's happening. So tomorrow, is it tomorrow? It is tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have, at very least, the second leg of the quarterfinal. We're going to experiment with the thing that we talked about last season, where rather than stretching the playoffs out for 3 episodes, assuming we get to the final, which we did both of the previous times, so it's fair to assume there's a good chance we will. We're second in the league and we've never not made the final. So rather than stretching it over 3 episodes, we'll put it to 2. So we'll just do the second leg of the quarterfinal and then the second leg of the semi-final, assuming we make it to the semi-final, and then the following day will be the final if we get there. Little public service announcement as well, and there's not going to be any weekend videos now for the rest of this series. Little bit of real life snippet of information, which you'd already know if you follow my vlog channel, which you should, or follow me on Twitch, which you should, or follow me on Twitter, which you should. All of those places have already informed you that we are looking to move house. And because of that, I'm simultaneously clearing my house, packing my house up, and looking at houses because we haven't actually found a house yet. My other half's got a job, though. That means we have to move. So we know we've got to move house fairly soon. So we're trying to find one whilst packing up this one, whilst trying to continue with daily content and streaming 4 nights a week. That's not possible. I've been trying to do that for a couple of weeks. It's not possible. I already missed out on my weekend videos last weekend. I had to miss last night's stream. So to try and avoid me having to cancel stuff last minute going forward, we're going to keep the stream schedule at 4 nights a week as it has been, but drop the videos down to just the 10 per week rather than 12. Still more than anybody else does. So it'll just be the 2 a day, Monday to Friday, and I'll be having weekends off. And like I've said, until FM21, realistically, it'll be until FM21 or until we move, whichever comes sooner. So if we move in the next 3 weeks, which we probably won't, it'll be a little bit longer than that. But if we move in the next 3 weeks and FM21 is still 2 months away, I'll probably bring the weekends back in or stream a little bit more or something. But let's assume no more weekend videos until FM21. And FM21, you know full well, I'm going to be dropping like 3 videos a day at you for a little while. That's how we always do it, because I like those new, I like that little pile of cash I get when the new game comes out. Means I can afford to drop some days at this time of year the way I am now. Right. And if anyone's really upset about that, firstly, real life does have to come first sometimes. And secondly, this time last year, I was only doing 5 videos a week and I had no excuses, and I was spending the rest of the week playing Minecraft and GeoGuessr on my second channel that doesn't even exist anymore. So, I'm working harder than I was then. Molina from range makes it 2, and that should be, has it been disallowed? That's 2 goals disallowed we've had in this game now. Young Puente offside again. We don't need to check. We're just going to assume he's great and he wasn't offside and the referee got it wrong. I've got a lot of hope for Puente, and I hope he doesn't get sold out from under me the way Macias did, but he's the current youngster that I'm trying to develop. We've got Miguel Beagles as well, who's next in line to step into the midfield as soon as someone's sold. We probably need to start getting him involved on the bench a little bit more. But I think we have finished the episode, not only with a trophy, but we've displaced Monterrey at the top of the league as well. We haven't officially mathematically qualified for the playoffs yet, but it's safe to say with 5 games to go, we're going to be there, and that'll be what you see in tomorrow's video. If you enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily, apart from weekends at the moment, videos, and thank you very much for watching.